Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is your boy, the Ace that runs the place. One half of the Royal Club Wrestling Podcast. It's been a minute since you guys heard my voice. And I know right now my brother, he's not here with me. The franchise, my tag team partner in this podcast is not here with me today. But I got to do it. Because you know I love to do it. Franchise! Scissor me, brother, and feel the power. Oh, it's been a good while since doing that. Yo, man, what's up with you guys? As you can see, I'm doing my Bayley video. If you guys remember, Bayley, not that long ago, celebrated 10 years in the WWE. 10 years is a long time. 10 years at any place, to me, it's a long time. Like, I know I had a job where I worked there for 10 years, and, time sometimes feel like it flies by. But, my job, what I was doing, wasn't as strenuous, wasn't as stressful as, like, what Bayley was doing, and Bayley being a professional wrestler for the WWE, being in the WWE for 10 years. To me, well, I'm going to say this is like a fan appreciation video tribute to Bayley. I'm a big Bayley fan. I'm quite sure you guys have seen, if you checked out our Instagram at Royal Club, RCW _ podcast on Instagram. Any Bayley post you probably see posted on there is probably from me, yours truly, the Ace, Bayley fan, since, the Black and Gold NXT days, since the Hugger days, the Fight Bayley fight days, you know what I mean, with the wacky inflatable things in the air and all that other good stuff, man. Bayley's been one of the pioneers of the women's revolution and one of the main stables of the women's revolution in the WWE once he started, putting more emphasis on women's wrestling in the WWE. As you guys remember, WWE women's matches used to be like 2-3 minutes long. If it was like a pay-per-view, that might be like the first match on the card or the second, somewhere in that card to be like in there, and it'd be like 2-3 minutes, maybe 5 minutes long or something like that. Not very long matches. But now, in the last, like I said, pretty much in the last maybe 10 years or so, the women's revolution, the women's wrestling has grown so much. And if you look at the WWE right now, there's probably more. I haven't seen this many women wrestlers in the WWE since its beginning. You know what I mean? And Bayley, to me, I say out of the like the Charlottes, if you look at the women that really put in work since, the women's revolution has started, or kind of in between or whatever, you know what I mean? Obviously, you got Charlotte, you got Sasha Banks, you got Becky Lynch, then there's Bayley, then you got Asuka, then you got Alexa Bliss, then you have, Natty, it's kind of in there. She's kind of like Divas movement / women's revolution. She's kind of like in between there, seasoned vet in the game, in the WWE. Naomi had some success. I'm trying to think who else women. That's pretty like Shayna Baszler in NXT. Ronda, now you got Ronda Rousey, and that's pretty. I think that's about it. But as far as like the most, I say it's like the most notable, the key women are the 4 horsewomen. That's Sasha, Charlotte, Becky, Bayley, Asuka, and Alexa Bliss. You can't name me a better, what's that, 6? Say that sometimes that's all you need is a good 6. You need like a good 6, 7, 5, 6 wrestlers, to kind of like make something work, because you can obviously have the feuds and everything like that, so you can work everything out. But Bayley, to me, Now, I know a lot of people have Charlotte at number 1, which is understandable. Charlotte is a phenomenal athlete, top tier athlete in the WWE. I'll probably go, if I'm going with Charlotte, number 1, and I feel like Bayley has to be number 2. Easily number 2. You know, if you look at the list of Bayley's accomplishments since being in the WWE, Bayley has got, to me, has accomplished more than Sasha Banks. She's accomplished more than Becky Lynch. She's accomplished more than Asuka. She's accomplished more than Alexa Bliss. That's just my personal opinion. Bayley this is getting into the top 10 moments of Bayley. Bayley is the first ever WWE Women's Grand Slam champion. Bayley has done it all. Bayley has won the Raw Women's title. She's won the SmackDown's Women's title. She's the first Women's Tag Team champion. She's a Money in the Bank winner. She's the NXT Women's Champion. She's done it all. She's done it all. I think the only thing Bayley hasn't done, is win the Royal Rumble. The Women's Royal Rumble. Other than that, what else can you ask for in a Hall of Fame like career? Bayley has done it all. Bayley has beaten them all. Bayley has had, success as a face. She's had success as a heel. Getting into that, Bayley's heel turn. Bayley destroying the wacky, inflatable, buddy people, killing the hugger movement or whatever like that. Cutting her hair. Remember, Bayley used to have long, dark hair. Her outfit kind of like still was the same a little bit, but her, like, I know her chest, the chest part was more, it said Bayley, like her other joint didn't really say her name. She kind of like she changed that but like for the most part, her look stayed the same a little bit. Now she's changed it up a little bit more. But Bayley as a heel, usually as a heel, you kind of like see a lot of people's personality more. I'm like I butchered that word. You get to see her character more. You see how she truly is. And Bayley seems like a very fun, obviously fun, caring, young woman. You see her kind of like her dressing, how she dress is different. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like you see a lot more of her style, her character, and everything like that with that. And I've loved it. As a fan of Bayley, just seeing Bayley kind of like grow out of that hugger, that character into this, to this character, and she's had success in this character. She had success in both characters, but you knew when Bayley was the hugger, at some point it was time to change. It was time for Bayley to switch gears into something else and be a heel. You know what I mean? And she had success, like I said, as a face. Now she turned into a heel. And to me, I feel like as a heel, she has more success as a heel, kind of like being herself, showing her personality and all that great stuff, just being herself and being a heel, and being like the role, not she's the role model, you know what I mean? Like I'm your role model or whatever. So she's had that gimmick going on for a while. That's pretty much going on since she's done it. I can't remember the year she did it, but this was like a couple years, I believe a year or so before the pandemic hit, like, you know what I mean? So, ever since then, Bayley's been rocking ever since. And speaking of pandemic and all that other stuff, we had the Thunderdome era, And, it was difficult. A lot of people didn't really know how that was going to turn out. Like I said, a lot of wrestling companies stayed afloat. WWE obviously has the resources to stay afloat. AEW was a brand new company, trying to figure that out. Impact Wrestling, this, that, and the third. But WWE, in the Thunderdome era, in the COVID era, Bayley really shined through the pandemic era. That's when I felt like you've seen more. Because that would say you had no crowd, and then he started to get a little crowd a little bit. But you kind of seen like Bayley really come into her own during the Thunderdome era. She was really one of the MVPs in the Thunderdome era, longest reigning WWE SmackDown's Women's Champion. I believe she beat Charlotte for the belt and retained the belt. Had the belt for I think almost like a year, some change. Eventually lost to Bianca, I believe. But like I said, what a hell of a run. Then we also got to introduce Bayley Dose Straps. If you guys remember that, a lot of people be confused. Like, Bayley is Hispanic. Bayley is a Latina woman. And Bayley, she won 2 belts. Everybody started doing, Asuka won 2 belts. I believe Becky 2 belts. I think Becky Lynch was the first the coin, the Becky 2 belts, the Becky 2 straps, or whatever you want to call it. But, Bayley being, Hispanic or whatever, she came up with Bayley Dose Straps, Bayley 2 straps, Bayley 2 belts. She went into the tag team titles, the women's tag team titles again. So I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Bayley's a two-time women's tag team champion in the WWE, going to NXT, obviously with the COVID and everything like that, traveling from, Raw, SmackDown, NXT was nothing because it was all in the same spot. And Bayley was everywhere. Her, and then she, her and Sasha, linked up. I mean, that's one of her closest friends in the business. Those two linking up, just running amok through the WWE. Her feud with Michael Cole, was great. She feuded with, Tamina. Who else she feud with? Who she feud with on who else did she feud with on the pandemic? I can't remember. I remember Tamina for some reason. But I remember Tamina. I remember the Tamina joint. But she feuded with, like, I think Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross, and obviously her and Sasha had a feud. She turned on Sasha, and then her and Sasha went at it. Bayley, like I said, Bayley was just like, she was really all over the place. That was her best year. And I feel like because of the pandemic, you're not really traveling so much. I felt like that preserved her career a little bit, because, that probably put some time on her career because now you're not traveling so much, so that's pretty good, for that. We also had, what else did we have for Bayley? Like I said, the Iron Woman match at NXT Brooklyn with her and Sasha Banks, when Bayley first won the NXT title, the NXT Women's title, and that's when pretty much all the, her, Charlotte, Becky, and Sasha got called up, and Bayley was kind of like the one that was like, all right, now she got to hold the fort down right now while the other girls get called up, and like I said, Paige was already up there and stuff like that, so you kind of like, all right, so now they're building them up, but Bayley has to, now, be the face of the women's division in NXT. So, like I said, that's one of the greatest NXTs in WWE history. NXT Brooklyn, one of the best shows ever. And, like I say, those women tore the house down with Bayley and Sasha Banks. So, those two always put on great matches together. So that was a great thing to see right there. We also had another one, Bayley's feud with Bianca Belair. I mean, I feel like you can't really, looking at Bianca's success in the WWE, obviously I feel like Bianca was meant to be, her success was meant to be in the WWE, that she had the tools to be the EST, the champion that she is now today. And her feud with Bayley, I felt like really helped her out, you know what I mean? Like, because obviously I feel like at that time Bayley didn't need to win. Like, Bayley didn't, Bayley has accomplished so much at that time, and Bianca was the new up and comer in the WWE. So, who better to kind of like help put Bianca over, to get Bianca some experience than Bayley, who like I said, who's done it all, who's the first ever women's Grand Slam champion in the WWE. So who better than Bayley to like I said, help Bianca get off, get experience and understand what it's like to be a champion, and what what her expectations are in the WWE. So like I said, he had, I think they had the Hell in a Cell match. They had, the little competitions, Bayley playing the mind games with her, and also too during Bayley's change in the WWE, her evolution, like she had the finisher, she had the belly to Bayley. That was her finisher for the long. It was either that or the Macho Man elbow drop from the top rope. Then Bayley switched it up to a heel. Now she got the move called the Rose Plant. It kind of remind me of the natural selection from Charlotte, but it's like like the setup is like you're on your knees, and she kind of like wraps she wraps your arm around, let's say her right leg, and she kind of like it's almost like a sitting down skull crusher finale. I put it like that. It's kind of like I could kind of, that's the best way I can explain it. If you've seen the videos of her finish of her finish move, the Rose Plate, you know what I'm talking about. And she's won a lot of matches with that. She changed it up, obviously, as a heel. She got a new move now, and I feel like she kind of got that. I feel like she got that from Charlotte. You know what I mean? I don't know the history from that. I gotta see about that, but I don't know the history of that move. But I feel like she kind of took the natural selection and just remixed it and made it into her own thing, and called it the Rose Plant, and she's been killing it ever since. She's been winning a lot of matches with that. Bayley's, new, her hairstyle, and she has the cuts in the back of her head, where it's always like a message or something like that. There's always something, that's dope. Everything, like I said, Bayley's evolution has been so dope. And this, like I said, this version of Bayley has been, is the best version of Bayley. You know what I mean? She started the, hello ding dong, which I like that. Now she has her own, catchphrase and stuff like that. Obviously, Sasha Banks has the Money in the Bank and whatever, Sasha's Money in the Bank or whatever like that, or Becky Lynch the Man, Charlotte Flair the woo, obviously the Ric Flair woo, she's Ric Flair's daughter, so that that kind of like just comes naturally, whatever like that. And Bayley, finding her own little thing that's hello ding dong, like that was dope. Like after a while, I was like, yo, that was dope. I like that. I got the shirt. I bought the shirt during the pandemic. I remember I was like, when WWE was, always had a sale, WWE stayed with a sale or something like that. So I was like, yo, man, I'm going to get the shirt. I forgot I got her shirt and somebody else's shirt. But I made sure I got that hello ding dong shirt. I got that shirt in the crib right now. You know what I'm saying? So I love that character. What else, man? Not Sasha, my bad. Bayley's done so much, man. In 10 years, man. Oh, coming back during SummerSlam with Damage Control, having a group. Io Shirai, Dakota Kai. And Dakota Kai, I always thought when Bayley cut her hair, I was like, Bayley and Dakota Kai look alike. Like, they got it's very similar in the face area. Well, you know what I'm saying, between them two. Obviously, Bayley, you can tell the difference between the two girls, between the two women. But, it's like when she changed her hairstyle, I was like, yo, why she look like Dakota Kai? She looked like Dakota Kai. But I was like, those two look like they could be sisters. You know what I'm saying? So that was cool. Like I said, them two coming back, and now, now Bayley's been back from that injury from, I believe it was like an ACL or MCL or something like that. It had her out for almost, I believe, 9 months to a year. Now Bayley's back. Damage Control is tag team champions. I mean, it's been good. It's been really a good couple years for Bayley. You know what I mean? Like I said, at one point during, like I said, her hugger movement, you know, Bayley kind of like was like lost in the shuffle a little bit, and then, you know, the heel turn really kicked up her, you know, kicked up her career again in the WWE, and kind of like being one of the faces of SmackDown. You know, I think if you did like a top 10, top 20 in SmackDown, just in wrestlers in general, Bayley is most definitely in that conversation. I think Bayley could be in the top 10 conversations of top WWE SmackDown talent. And I think overall in top women's talent, you know, women's superstars, she's most definitely top, I would say top 5. Top 10 for sure, top 5, good argument. Good argument, because you might go, you know, a lot of people might, you know, China, Trish Stratus, Lita, Paige, AJ Lee, Asuka, Charlotte, Sasha Banks, Becky Lynch. I mean, Bianca Belair. Shit. I mean, I know she got fired, let go recently, but Mandy Rose had a hell of a run in her time at NXT. But you can't tell me Bayley ain't at least top 10 women wrestlers of all time. And I'm putting up top 10 SmackDown. Top 10 SmackDown all the time. At least, if not, like I said, it's between 10 and 20. Between 10 and 20, somewhere around there. Bayley most definitely is in that list, man. You can most definitely a Hall of Fame career thus far. 10 years of Bayley. Much success. I'm a big fan. Been a big fan for a long time. Shout out to, I know this, I might as well bring this up, but I remember Batista was like, damn, Bayley got a badunkadunk. I know y'all guys seen that. And I was like, you know, me being, I was like, yeah, you know, she right. He right. Bayley most definitely got it. That's, like I said, one of the other reasons why I'm a fan of Bayley. Man, Bayley got that badunkadunk, man. So, you know, but it's all love, man. It's all love. WWE, Bayley Dose Straps, Bayley the GOAT. You know, NXT finest, WWE SmackDown's finest, one of the greats. This is the ace that runs the place, one half of the Warrior Club Wrestling Podcast. Tribute video to the one and only, the role model, Bayley Dose Straps. And I'm out. Be easy, y'all. Royal Club, we out.